On Nationwide this evening, 9 out of 10 stray dogs are put to sleep, as they put it, within days. But this shelter aims to save them. Hunting the salmon, as they've done for 300 years, and the wonder drugs which seaweed may give us. And you're very welcome. Today we're coming to you from Drumshamble in the County Leitrim with a variation on the shaggy dog story out in Drumkeeran, out the road a little bit. It's a sad fact that every year dog wardens gather up some 30,000 dogs, unwanted or strays, and they're placed in local authority ponds or in shelters. All very well so far, except that within a few days, 87% of them have been put to sleep, as the euphemism goes. Now, that's obviously not very satisfactory, and indeed was deeply upsetting to very many people. But out in Drumkeeran, they decided to do something about it and to take a fresh approach to the whole problem. Stella Carroll has this canine success story.
This is Leitrim Animal Welfare, a privately run refuge centre which is temporary home for up to 60 dogs and a few cats too. On the 1st of May this year, the charity took over responsibility for the Leitrim Dog Pound or shelter in a private-public partnership. This means that an average of 7 new dogs arrive here every week. Today, dog warden Patsy McDaniel has brought 3 new guests. Among them, 4-year-old Rex. Up to a few days ago, Rex was a working sheepdog. Now he's a victim of what we might call trophy dog syndrome. He has been replaced by a newer model and is no longer wanted. He is miserable and he's in poor condition. Patsy is certain that the new surroundings are just the beginning of a whole new life for Rex.
I brought a collie here some weeks ago and it was in a dreadful state. It was matted, it was not, I thought it was old. I thought myself it was old. But I came back the following week. I could not believe the dog, the same dog. Christine had put it in for a wash and trimmed it down completely. And I thought it was a super job she'd done it. So perhaps she'll do the same on this lad I brought in today.
There's a no-kill policy here. Now this could mean a vast colony of unwanted dogs, but they've concentrated on making the dogs suitable for rehoming.
The difference with the Leitrim Dog Shelter is that we have the facility to keep dogs here for at least 5 weeks. It takes us 5 weeks to find a new home for each dog, to have that dog vaccinated, inoculated and spayed. In many local authority pounds, they just don't have the space to keep dogs for long enough. We found that we can rehome dogs much more successfully when we have them groomed, we have them inoculated and wormed and ready to go to a new home.
Every dog that leaves here goes through a rigorous process. We'll take the food bowls away while they're feeding to see if there's any aggression. And if there is, then it's not rehomable until that aggression is gone. What we don't want is for you or for anyone to return a dog and saying it's not working. If they're puppies, we show them the size of the adult dog. So we let them know what size it's going to grow into. We give them as much information. If the dog is boisterous, we won't rehome that with very, very young children. A nice teenage family and they'll be told what to do and how to train the dog to calm down. And everything is neutered. That's the most important thing. It calmed me down when I was done, so it must calm them down.
A lot of times they're very, very frightened of humans by sheer neglect or abuse. So we have to undo and then rebuild. And we start rebuilding by gaining their trust. Once we've gained their trust, then we've got it made. Normally it takes me a week to 2 weeks to gain their trust. Then we work on the body weight, we work on the cleanliness of the dog, we train the dog. If it's a house dog, we try to train them for house training, the piddling on the floor. Just basically, you know, just good health and just good manners.
The national average for rehoming is actually 13% of all dogs which come into local authority pounds. We have a 95% rehoming rate here. Since now, I know it's early days yet, It's only 4 months up and running, but it looks hopeful that in the future we can rehome most of the dogs which come in here.
Marketing dogs may well be the key to this success.
We email pictures of them, give descriptions of the dog. We've had dogs go from here to the Isle of Wight, Scotland, England, Germany. One went to Jersey in the Channel Islands.
There are kennels for boarders and they operate a successful grooming parlour. However, this doesn't defray all of the costs involved in looking after such a high volume of animals.
Our vet bills last year was in the excess of 25,000. Our food bill was, I believe it was about 8,500 last year.
Leitrim has shown the way in bringing a more caring attitude into the serious world of dog control. So should other counties now follow suit?
We've proved it can be done. And what councils have got to do is to look at this and say, do we keep culling or do we follow this standard where they've proved it can be done?
But it wouldn't be done without the dedication, hard work and enthusiasm of David, Christine and their team. Their rewards are certainly not financial, but there is the warm glow of many a happy ending. Sparkle is 14 years old and arrived at the shelter in a very sorry state, emaciated and with almost 90% of her fur missing. Her owner was located, now living in a nursing home a few miles away.
And by all rights, the dog should have been put to sleep. But we persevered because it was, and it still belongs to this old lady, who absolutely doted on this dog. So we started them a treatment. She had antibiotics. The treatment lasted about 6 months. And we were able to bring her back to normal, where she's got a full body of fur. I take her to the nursing home once a week, normally on a Friday, and the lady just dotes.
So Lily, how long did you have Sparkle for?
9 years. I got up from a little pup. She was a little delicate pup. And I used to get up at night and heat milk and keep her going. Milk, she was brought up on milk.
She looks very well.
Oh, she's great now. We're in this work. So you're my dog, aren't you? Oh, you're my good dog.
This is just one of the happy dog stories from Leitrim Animal Welfare, where they have successfully replaced the culling of stray dogs with rehabilitation and rehoming, proving that we can be a dog's best friend after all.
Leitrim perhaps showing the way there.